You ready to go, right? You feel good.
I'm ready to go right this second.
Boxing legend Iron Mike Tyson just offered a brutal message to YouTuber turned boxer Jake Paul. Mike daringly stated that he is ready to extinguish Jake Paul right this second. Meanwhile, Jake Paul has a message of his own for the 58-year-old Mike Tyson. While sparring with his trainer, Jake Paul brutally knocked him out with a body shot and declared that Tyson shouldn't charge him like that.
Don't charge at me, Tyson.
Everyone thought Mike Tyson would be hanging up the gloves after his exhibition match with Roy Jones Jr., but it doesn't seem like Tyson is stopping anytime soon. Mike declared that his training sessions are going good and he is ready to take on the problem child, Jake Paul.
After the Roy Jones fight, we thought you were hanging up the gloves, but no, come back. Now, it's going down in less than, it's over a month with YouTuber Jake Paul. Talk to us about how your training has changed from the past to what you're doing now.
I'm just, it hasn't changed much. It's a fight I'm preparing for. I'm training a lot harder, and I'm just ready. It's hard to explain the training methods and stuff. I'm just ready to fight.
Tyson then shared his insights about fighting Paul in the ring. All my intentions are bad. I look at him as a very dangerous opponent and I'm looking forward to extinguishing him. Later on, Mike Tyson revealed that he isn't afraid of Jake Paul and shared that he highly doubts that Paul will go the distance with him. Mike commented, "If I don't have to catch him, you can expect a round 1 knockout, but I may have to catch him because I anticipate this guy running from me." Furthermore, Mike Tyson joked around while he was talking about the changes that go into his fight with Jake Paul as opposed to his previous bouts. Tyson shared that he spars with younger and better opponents than Jake Paul, which makes him all the more ready to take on the problem child.
The change when you're going up against such a younger opponent, and how's the physicality change, and is anything different from what you've done in the past to now?
Well, I get more massages than Well, younger doesn't necessarily mean better. You know, it's just good height for the fight, but it doesn't necessarily mean better. I spar with young guys, younger than him, better fighters than he is. So I'm just prepared to fight.
Although it has been nearly 20 years since his last fight, Tyson said he feels fantastic heading into this boxing match because his personal life has settled down and is far different from his tumultuous time as a heavyweight champion. Mike declared, "When I was fighting professionally, I was too stressed out. I never had a chance to relax or enjoy my championships because everything was coming at me. There were lawsuits and divorces. I never enjoyed myself as a human being. This is a moment in time when I can enjoy myself as a human being. I have better life skills now than I did while fighting." Iron Mike was initially set to fight Paul on July 20th, but experienced a health issue on a flight from Los Angeles to Miami that forced him to push the fight back. With the fight now scheduled for November 15th in Texas, Tyson revealed he is currently ulcer-free and said that his diet was to blame for his previous health issues. Mike shared, "I was doing too much bad food and stuff and I got sick, can't escape the vapes." In addition to Jake Paul's warning, Tyson also shared his own sparring session with his trainer and offered a stark message to Paul.
One more.
Day 3, you still want to fuck with me?
Meanwhile, boxing analysts were concerned about Mike Tyson's legacy going into the Jake Paul fight. Tyson shockingly shared that he is already dead in his legacy, so it doesn't matter to him in the slightest, as he said, "I didn't take this fight for legacy," he said. "I think legacy really, to my perspective, legacy is ego. Who gives a fuck how people think about them when they are gone? I'm dead. I can't value off what somebody might think about me when I'm dead, so it means nothing to me." Tyson expressed his excitement to compete again and said the allure of competing at a football stadium was too good to pass up. Mike said, "I kind of dig being seen by 80,000 people." In addition, Jake Paul has been confident ahead of the fight for his part as well. In September, he said he'd give Tyson $5 million more if he lasted more than 4 rounds, but said Tyson would have to get "I love Jake Paul" tattooed on him if he was unable to reach that mark. Meanwhile, Netflix is the platform responsible for streaming the event, and they have just released a trailer that shows why this fight will overshadow every other event in combat sports. Boxing promoter Eddie Hearn calls the Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson fight sad, but understands that it holds significant entertainment value. Eddie Hearn has described November's Jake Paul v. Mike Tyson headline bout in Texas as dangerous, irresponsible, and disrespectful to boxing. Hearn will attend the event at AT&T Stadium to support Katie Taylor in her rematch with Amanda Serrano, but claims he will leave before the main event. Eddie commented, "The reality is that 20 years ago when Mike Tyson retired from the sport, he was shot, completely finished. It was actually sad to watch then, 20 years ago." Eddie further stated on Mike being his favorite fighter, "I'm in awe of him. He's one of my favorite ever fighters, one of the greatest of all time, but he's a 58-year-old man. You only need to speak to him and look at him to know this guy should not be in a ring again." Moreover, Hearn initiated a defamation case against Paul after the American accused him of bribing boxing judges in October 2022, with a court date reportedly set for this month. Eddie further stated on Jake's fight with Tyson, "If I was Jake Paul, I'd just feel a little bit embarrassed, to be honest with you. It's a liberty. This is dangerous, irresponsible, and in my opinion, disrespectful to the sport of boxing." Jake Paul has found himself in a legal battle with British promoter Eddie Hearn, and he's now firing back with a counter lawsuit accusing Hearn of attempting to stifle his freedom of speech through intimidation. The feud traces back to 2022 when Paul's client Amanda Serrano faced Katie Taylor in a closely contested bout that ended in a split decision victory for Taylor. Jake accused Hearn of paying the judges in the fight. Clearly, Glenn Feldman is getting paid money by Matchroom Boxing. It's just so blatantly obvious, and they're not even trying to hide it. Furthermore, Eddie Hearn thinks that Jake Paul is built off of views with no respect for the older generation and shared that his fight with Mike is just plain disgusting.
You're asking the wrong guy. I'm a hardcore boxing fan. He's one of my heroes. I find it very sad, but it's a big event. I understand people are going to watch it, and it's entertainment, I guess, but for someone that idolised the guy growing up, yeah, not the best day. He's 58 years old.
Paul has decided to take the fight to the courts by countersuing Hearn. According to a report from TMZ, Paul's legal team is invoking New York's anti-SLAPP strategic lawsuit against public participation laws, arguing that Hearn's lawsuit was an attempt to intimidate and silence him. Mike Tyson and Jake Paul were due to fight in July, but Tyson had an ulcer flare-up that forced the match with the YouTuber to be rescheduled. Hearn commented on Mike's health condition. "That was the moment they should have realized that this was actually a bad idea. Everybody loves a dollar bill, including me, but sometimes the green-eyed monster can make you some bad decisions, and I think this is one of them." Eddie Hearn may be concerned about Mike's health, but it doesn't seem like Tyson is falling short on his training regimen. Mike Tyson declared that he is boxing 6 to 7 rounds each day with a variety of different body exercises. Moreover, Mike Tyson believes that Jake Paul cannot beat him on November 15th, as he explained, "I don't think Paul can hurt me. This is all I started fighting for, to get all this fucking status. I'm going to be chasing it for the rest of my life. I know that. I'm never going to get what I want because I'm one of those gluttons for pain. I can never get enough." On the opposite end, Jake Paul fired back at Mike Tyson with a little praise and then a warning. Paul stated, "I just want to take a risk. I think I am crazy for this. I definitely am, because I don't think anyone would take the risk in this position, but that's just what makes me different. I'm not slowing down for anyone, and I want to stay active in the gym." He's Mike Tyson at the end of the day. He has lethal knockout power and is very, very experienced. I think it is going to be a brawl regardless. Jake Paul has insisted that it's Mike Tyson as his opponent or no one, amid fears the pair's highly anticipated showdown on November 15th could be scrapped, with fears mounting about the heavyweight legend's health. Paul was given a huge setback earlier this summer after Tyson was forced to postpone their huge matchup on his doctor's orders after suffering with nausea while on a flight, with fans hoping the 57-year-old does not delay the fight for a second time. But YouTuber Paul has allayed fears about Tyson, pointing out that he is having a great camp.
You've got this fight coming up, Mike Tyson against Jake Paul. What do you feel about that?
Just when you think that we live in a crazy world, don't we? Where that younger generation is built off views, built off narrative, built off controversy. And as a hardcore fight fan, someone that's been around boxing since I was 9 years old, I find it disgusting that
Mike Tyson's former opponent Evander Holyfield shared his perspective on the unique matchup. Holyfield said that if Jake Paul stays close to Mike Tyson, then his chance of winning will skyrocket, and the reverse will be true if he stays away.
What kind of conditioning and training are you focusing on to make sure you're as explosive as you've ever been?
The same thing. I did 10 rounds on the assault bike. I box 6 to 7 rounds a day. Do my body exercises. It's just extreme work. Right? The only difference is I do it 3 times a day.
Additionally, Jake Paul shared that Mike Tyson has the older generation's support, but he has all the college students and the younger generation's support.
It's Mike Tyson or nothing, but first and foremost, he's healthy and feeling amazing and doing great in camp. And so, you know, just being weeks away, I don't see anything going wrong, and November 15th is a go.
Paul later outlined that Canelo Alvarez is the fighter he would like to come up against in the future, regardless of what happens with his fight against Tyson. Paul has called out Canelo in the past, but he talked up a huge fight against the Mexican once again, vowing to shock the whole world if the pair got in a ring together. Everything I've said has come true, and why Canelo, you know, should be awake at night, because I'm coming for him, Paul told TMZ. The fight is going to happen, and I will win and shock the whole entire world. And this is me currently speaking it into existence. Anthony Joshua is praying that Mike Tyson emerges healthy from his fight with Jake Paul, admitting that the YouTube star may have the edge. Joshua said on the Jonathan Ross show, "Tyson is older now. I pray that he comes out healthy. I think Jake Paul wins because of youth. That's the only thing." Speaking about influencer boxing more generally, the former heavyweight champion Joshua added, "I personally think it's really good. I think the boxing hardcores, they don't like it because they think, why are they disrespecting our sport? But I think that influencer brings all these people into boxing, which benefits everyone else. Everyone viewing helps." Jake Paul is taking his ventures beyond the boxing ring and into the restaurant world with his latest partnership. The YouTuber turned boxing sensation has teamed up with Doghouse, an award-winning fast casual restaurant chain, to become a 25-unit franchisee. Paul's expansion into the restaurant business will begin with 4 Texas locations, strategically timed ahead of his upcoming fight with boxing legend Mike Tyson on November 15th at AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas. Recently, Paul's team announced in a statement, this multifaceted partnership spans across the Doghouse ecosystem, including marketing leadership, in-store experience, culinary innovation, franchise ownership, and the overall strategic vision of the brand. Paul said during a recent visit to a Doghouse location in Arlington, "I'm all in. I've been a fan of Doghouse for years, and I'm fired up to push the limits and help take this amazing brand to a whole new level. I'm jumping in their corner and excited to introduce their food and experience to everyone across the country." Do you think Mike Tyson can beat Jake Paul? Who do you see stopping the other one first? We would love to hear your thoughts. Let us know in the comments section below and subscribe for more content like this.